This story is usually described as a story of faith. A man who believed, a man who obeyed, a man who trusted a promise. But that is not how the story begins. It begins with interruption. Genesis has just finished describing humanity as a whole: crowds, cities, floods, entire systems collapsing at once. Then the story suddenly stops looking at everyone, and it chooses one man: Abraham. An older man living in temporary shelters, tents instead of walls, animals instead of property. No city, no land, no certainty. Nothing about him suggests importance. And that is the first strange detail. Abraham is not introduced as exceptional. He is introduced as available. A command reaches him without explanation. Leave your land, leave your family, leave everything that defines you. No map is given, no destination shown, no guarantee offered beyond a promise that points forward. This is not comfort. This is rupture. Abraham begins to move. He packs his belongings, rolls fabric, loads animals. The camp dissolves. He walks across open land, sets up tents, takes them down again. The world does not improve around him. Years pass. The land remains foreign. The future remains distant. And the promise does not arrive. No child appears. No confirmation comes. An empty tent stays empty. This is where the story becomes uncomfortable, because waiting is not neutral. Silence forces interpretation. Every delay feels personal. Every failure demands meaning. Did I misunderstand? Did I act too slowly? Did I do something wrong? Under pressure, Abraham adapts. He passes through cities, learns survival, learns caution. Faith does not make him pure, it makes him flexible. And flexibility under a promise is dangerous. Because once the goal is fixed, the methods begin to change. Still no child. Time continues to pass. Biology sets limits that belief cannot ignore. So a solution appears, a workaround. A child is born, but not the one expected. And immediately the space around Abraham reorganizes. One child is closer, another is pushed aside. Belonging is redefined. The promise does not prevent pain, it structures it. Much later, when the promise feels almost forgotten, the impossible happens. Isaac is born. Abraham holds him carefully. For the first time, the future feels real. And now, it can be lost. That is when the test arrives. Abraham prepares to leave early in the morning. He gathers wood. He takes tools. Isaac walks beside him. They move toward a mountain. The walk is slow, quiet. Questions are asked. Answers are delayed. At the top, Abraham stops. The action is interrupted. No explanation is given. The story does not linger on emotion. It does not explain what Abraham felt. It simply moves on, and that silence matters, because the question is never resolved. What kind of person reaches that moment? Not someone without love, someone whose sense of meaning has become stronger than everything else. From this point on, Genesis is no longer about humanity. It is about inheritance. Meaning no longer belongs to everyone. It is passed down, from father to son, from one generation to the next. Abraham does not solve the problem introduced at the beginning of Genesis. He changes its shape. The collapse no longer comes from chaos. It comes from loyalty, from promises accepted before they can be